Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is a top 10 from Gizmo Board Games. It's my first top 10, and I'm doing something hopefully a little different than other content creators, but like I've mentioned before in other videos, I would like to play more games before I really feel comfortable doing top 10 lists. But I do feel comfortable doing this top 10 list. Now, I'm excited to bring something I thought was relatively original until one of the people on my top 10 list here kind of just copied it not too long ago. They did their slightly different in that my top 10 is looking at the top 10 content creators in the board game realm, board game content creators that I've enjoyed. And it's a top 10 basically from what they brought to me. And not necessarily these are the best, these are the worst. You know, these are all great content creators. I'm even throwing in some honorable mentions. These are all ones that helped shape my board game playing, my board game watching, and my desire to come at you in front of the camera here at myself and try to bring something similar to what they've done. Get myself out there in the world as well. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get to my honorable mentions. These are three that I really enjoy what they put out. I either haven't watched them a lot or haven't watched them long or just don't quite, they're not required watching in my eyes, I guess. Like I could take it or leave it, or they're just coming into it. The first one I thought of is The Broken Meeple. Luke has been around by himself doing videos and mostly podcasts about board games, board game related things. And, he does great stuff. He's just not someone I always go to at The Broken Meeple. But he's enjoyable when I do watch him, and he's helped kind of shape where I am, but not that much. I don't always agree with his views, I guess, is kind of another thing. So, but check him out, The Broken Meeple. The next honorable mention is Geek and Sundry, and they've kind of fallen off. They were one of the big ones in the beginning. Mainly, I really got into this hobby watching the Will Wheaton tabletop little kind of show, I guess, for lack of a better word, that was produced by Geek and Sundry. So that was the main thing, but they've done other videos, a lot of, I think they still do some D&D stuff, and that's just not my lane. But if you're into D&D, definitely check out Geek and Sundry, because I'm pretty sure they're still doing a bunch of D&D stuff, but less so the board game stuff. And the Will Wheaton tabletop, or tabletop with Will Wheaton, is really what got me watching the board game videos. It was just great to watch playthroughs with the comedy and everything going in. And that's how I got really a start into the hobby. It was just watching those videos and seeing what Will Wheaton and friends were playing. So that's Geek and Sundry. And my final honorable mention is Thinker Themer. That's Amy and Maggie. They're a married couple. Amy, I think, sorry girls if I get this backwards, but I think Amy is the thinker and Maggie is the themer. Again, I might have those reversed. I don't think I do, but I might. I'm just coming around to seeing their videos, and one of them is a thinker, so she takes a look at like the thinky side of the games, and that's more of my side, so I really agree with that. Whereas the other one, looks at how the game's themes come into play and really shape her enjoyment of the games. And so the two of them combined really give that broad picture of a game in general. And have their videos. They're just nice, easy to listen to and watch. Nothing, exciting or flashy or anything. Just straightforward and easy to listen to and watch. So that was my 3 honorable mentions. So I guess without further ado, we'll get to number 10. All right, number 10 is Before You Play with Monique and Naveen are the hosts. Not sure if they're married or what. I don't know a lot about them, unfortunately. But I would like to get to know them if I ever saw them at a convention or something. They look just really fun. And their videos are enjoyable to watch. They do really good playthrough and coverage and reviews. I tend to agree with a lot of their takes on things. So They might have been around for a while, but I haven't been following them too long. So that they're in the 10th spot for me. I'm still kind of coming around on their videos as it is, but the ones they put out I really have enjoyed. They're easy to watch, easy to get into, and they do a lot of review playthroughs, which is kind of what I was styling some of my reviews after. I might change my style a little bit in the future if you watched one of my previous videos. But they just do the overhead shot with the face cam and kind of talk through what they're doing as they play. And that's Before You Play, my number 10. All right, so number 9 is Board Game Geek. They're kind of the go-to for board games. They got boardgamegeek.com, and they put out various videos in that channel space, Board Game Geek. I think I don't watch them a whole lot just because there's just so much content put out under them, and I usually just kind of go to the website and check things out. But the one thing I do enjoy from them is the game nights, and that's just a collection of mostly the same people. What's 4 to 6, 8 of them who kind of rotate through, but usually it's the same couple of people. And they just shoot playthroughs. The game night, date night, whatever, game gathering where they film and they discuss the how to play for a little bit, and then they play the game together, and then they discuss their thoughts at the end. They're longer videos, obviously. It's a group of people playing through a board game with the teach and everything, but it's a good way to watch and learn. And I really have gone to watching these game night videos when I'm interested in potentially purchasing a video to see how it plays, without myself playing it. So if I can't get my hands on a game I want to check out, and they've got a game night video of it, that's pretty much my go-to, because I get the overview as if I'm in the group with them, and then I can watch the actual gameplay. So that is my number 9, Board Game Geek. All right, number 8 is Board Game Co. And this is another individual who shoots a bunch of videos. It's Alex at Board Game Co. And he does a lot of crowdfunding videos. He kind of got to start with the buy and sell aspect of things. So he's going to tell you, what is going to hold its value if you kickstart it, and what you might want to back off of because it looks like it's something that should depreciate value. But yeah, he's got a really good community for mostly, like I said, again, preview Kickstarter. But so if you're really into the buy, sell, trade aspect of the hobby, or just looking for what should be a good value Kickstarter to get, Alex at Board Game Co. is a good go-to. All right, my number 7 content creator is Quackalope. And this is a friend of Board Game Co., Jesse and his girlfriend Shira, and they have a bunch of friends who come over, and I really enjoy watching just the banter of mostly people picking on Jesse in the end. But they do a lot of banter, game plays, and now he's just taken over trying to build the Tabletop with Will Wheaton style of gameplay videos. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how those turn out. He's already released 2 or 3 as of this recording, and they've been enjoyable. Not quite as fun as the Will Wheaton ones, but he's not an actor by any means with a bunch of high profile people. He's inviting his friends over, and they're just bantering through a game, and he's still kind of finding his way. So I look forward to seeing how that grows. That's one of the things that could move him up my list for sure if he takes over that mantle. But otherwise, he's a professional photographer by trade who kind of picked this up during the COVID, and he's the one I started watching and trying to emulate the style of just sit here, talk to the camera, do some gameplay videos, and just try to be down to earth and open. But that's what Jesse is in Shira. And I really enjoy the Quackalope videos, and they're a growing brand in this hobby. All right, so number 6 is the newest one I found. I'm not going to say it's the newest one overall. I don't know the timelines of all these content creators, but for me, it's the one I found literally just months ago. and that is All Aboard Gamer, with Brandon mostly and his wife Lexi from time to time, and other friends less often. But All Aboard Gamer is just, I could tell he's like me. You know, sit down in front of the camera, just do your thing, enjoy playing the board games, enjoy putting yourself in front of the camera and talking about them. And he's got a great community. I've joined on Discord, and they're really open and nice and honest, and they've given me good advice already on, you know, my own video content creation here. And I've just enjoyed being a part of their community and watching their videos back. I found them just watching top 10 videos, and I thought, you know, I agreed with a lot of what their comments were on their games that I played. And so I checked out some of their other videos, and now I'm part of their community, as you will. But yeah, that's All Aboard Gamer with Brandon and his wife Lexi. Number 5 is All You Can Board. That's Dylan and Carlo, and these guys are really, really great. Again, it's just a pair of cousins that sit in front of the camera and talk about games, review games. I've stolen one of their ideas in a past video, what I would buy for $20, $40, $60, $80, and $100 right now. That I stole that from these guys. They do a bunch of similar just videos where they just, you know, one or both of them come out and just throw board game information at the camera, whether it's a review or just things they want to get or things they've sold. They just recently did a 24-hour marathon where they raised money for mental health. That raised over $13,000, I think, from viewers, myself included. I've joined their community as well just recently, and they're just good guys, and that's true of all these people. They just seem like real fun people I would love to meet and play some games with. And that's All You Can Board, Dylan and Carlo. All right, my number 4 is the Dice Tower. This is the OG, the big one. I'm pretty sure everybody who's ever checked out any board game content knows about the Dice Tower. It's just this huge community now. It's been around forever. Tom Vassell, Z Garcia, in the past Sam Healy was with them, but now they got a different crew. Someone I think I would get along with great, Mike DeLisio. He's an older gentleman like me who plays a lot of solo games, and I've taken to thinking I agree with his reviews the most as far as like his favorite games and whatnot. But yeah, there's just a whole crew. Dice Tower, they do their own retreats, their own cruise. You know, they've got just mountains of games, and they take them everywhere, and they're constantly producing videos and top 10s, tops 100s. They are the go-to. If you don't know anything about board games and and the YouTube community, you need to check out the Dice Tower. So obviously they're going to be on my list somewhere. I still watch them and still enjoy them. They're in the 4th spot for how much I look forward to their content against some of the other content. I guess that's kind of the way I have this list. All right, so number 3. These guys are 2 guys I just want to go hang out with, like, period. Playing board games, doing whatever. The Brothers Murph is my number 3. It's Nick and Mike. They're brothers out in California, which is completely on the other side of the world from me right now. But these guys just look like a joy. I think at least one or both of them were in the acting community. I'm a big theater geek, so I just know I would get along with these guys 100%. Board games or not, and I really enjoy just watching what they put out. They're very humorous, very loving, very fun, easy to watch, easy to just take in their content, and I always do. When I see a Brothers Murph video come out, I'm in it. So that's my number 3, the Brothers Murph. All right, and my number 2 is another OG in this community, and that is Rado Runs Through. Rado has been doing game videos. He's literally the one I was trying to emulate when I set up, trying to get the the frontal or whatever. Usually I think does 3/4, and then an overhead gameplay where he plays by himself but simulates multiplayers, usually his wife and himself playing games, just to kind of show you how the game plays and then give his final thoughts. And he's been doing this for 10 years, I think. And he's just so entertaining. I wish I had the charisma he does, getting out there and really showing the enjoyment and the thought process that goes into every decision you make when you're playing the games. And he's the one, like, if I could, and he's adding people to his community now, so he doesn't have to make as many review videos on his own. He's added one of my honorable mentions, Thinker Themer, just joined his community and taken some of his reviews over, as well as a couple others. But yeah, that's who I emulated or wanted to emulate with my review videos is Rahdo, with Rahdo Runs Through. Just been around forever, talking board games and showing you how to play them. And I watch Rahdo's videos all the time, and he's on Twitch. He's one of the few people I check out on Twitch from time to time, although he's usually on Twitch around my bedtime, being on the West Coast. But I'll stop in for a few minutes from time to time and watch the preview of, basically he does his videos on Twitch and then he releases them to YouTube. So I might watch the beginning on Twitch and then, watch it back on YouTube at a later time. But yep, that is Rahdo Runs Through, my number 2. All right, that leaves number 1. And the reason these people, this content creator channel, whatever you want to call it, is number 1, is just the variety, the wealth of variety they've put out. And it's all good stuff. And that is Watch It Played. Watch It Played, and it has some subsidiaries. I'm not going to try to name them all or whatever, but it's mostly Rodney, Matthew, and Paula. And Rodney has done the How It's Played videos forever. So Watch It Played. With Rodney's How It's Played videos, there's links to them in many rule books, just directing you to watch this video where he basically just does a rules overview in whatever amount of time it takes for not every game, but numerous games out there. You can watch Rodney's How It Played video, and then you pretty much have read the rule book. He's showing you, piece by piece, bit by bit, with the board and everything of how to play a game, and making it very easy to dive right into a complex game, even if you haven't fully read the book. Basically, you watch this video and you can just reference the rule book as you play. And I put his videos on a couple times instead of trying to teach the game myself. Along with that, they do a bunch of comedy skits, there's just a bunch of comedy sprinkled throughout their videos. They're very funny people. They get along well. It's good content. Every time a Watch It Play video comes out, I know it's going to be informative and probably humorous. And that's why Watch It Played is my number 1 content creator in the board game hobby that I enjoy. So there you have it. That's my top 10 content creators that I enjoy. I will link to them below so you can check them out yourselves. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up, for at least if you don't like my videos, you can check out their videos, which are probably way better produced and good stuff. I'm trying to emulate them and hope to be a tenth of what they all are. That would make me very happy. But yeah, just check them out. Give me a thumbs up for just directing you to them. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me. Subscribe to them if you want to see more stuff from them. If you're new to the hobby, I've given you a whole bunch of videos, content to go check out to get yourself started in the hobby just like I did. I appreciate you being here. Comment below on who your favorite is if you've checked them out. And we will see you next time. Thank you.